Got a long drive ahead of us. We are going to Colorado. I am currently in Midland, Texas. If you don't know, I'm going to Grand Junction, Colorado, where I'm from, so I have Colorado plates. It's typically a 13-hour drive, but all the passes right now, like all the mountain passes, there's 3 different ones you can go through. One of them is completely shut down. The other one has an avalanche, and the other one's just completely covered in snow. So I'm not going to take my Z through that. So I have to go all the way into Utah and then cut over from Utah into Colorado. So it's going to add a little bit to the trip. Should be right around 15-hour drive, I believe. So it is currently almost 3 o'clock in the morning. That's when I wanted to leave, is right around 3. So we are on schedule, just filled up, and we're ready to go. I'm probably not going to vlog too much on the trip. I think my battery's, oh no, my battery's actually good. But I probably won't vlog too much on the trip. I'll probably more film while I'm there. I'll probably make one video out of this whole thing. I'll try to get some good clips for you guys, but every time I'm with family and stuff, I always forget to pull out the camera and film. I'd rather just enjoy the experience rather than bombarding everyone with a camera in their face. But anytime we do some car stuff, my friends have some cars, so maybe if we go out and do some car stuff or just go and explore or whatever, I'll pull out the camera and show you guys. But yeah. Sorry guys, I have not been recording like at all this trip. I'm just trying to enjoy time with family and friends and stuff. Sometimes when you pull out the camera, it kind of takes away from that, you know. If you're just trying to enjoy time with your friends and family or whatever, it kind of, and you start pulling out the camera and stuff, it just kind of takes you out of the moment. You start to just record the memories rather than just experiencing them. So I'm trying not to pull it out in like memories like that and stuff like. So anytime I have some free time is when I'm going to try to pull it out. But today I think we're going to go up to the Colorado National Monument. It's a cool little cruise up there, and then there's some good little views of the town. I'm currently in Grand Junction, Colorado, if you guys didn't know. But this is the town I kind of grew up in. Since 7th grade I've lived here, and then as soon as I graduated high school I moved to Texas. So but yeah, I just decided to go wash my car real quick early in the morning. I mean, I guess it's not that early. It's it's fucking almost afternoon. It's 11:30 right now. But yeah, I haven't been getting up until like 11:30 or 12, so this is kind of early for me to be out right now. Just did a quick rinse, and then I went ahead and cleaned my wheels and wiped down the car a little bit. But other than that, it pretty much cleans itself here. Just came to this place for the first time. I've lived here for a long time, but I've never raced here or anything like that. It's like a little go-kart track. But they saw me show up in my car, and they said that I could take my car out on the track as well. We just did 10 laps or probably like 7 laps on the go-karts. It was a lot of fun. I just wanted to get a feel for the track and everything. And then now I'm gonna go ahead and try to race my car. I don't want to do too many laps because I am still on stock brakes. I don't really trust these brakes that much. Like, they'll heat up really, really quick, and I'll get brake fade pretty quickly. So I'm only gonna probably do maybe five laps or so. It's a pretty tight track, so I'm not going to be getting up to too much speed. Honestly, my biggest concern is drifting. Like, I'm going to try not to drift the track as much as I can, but it might a little bit. Hopefully with these new tires on the back, it'll help me out a lot. But yeah, I just hope my car does pretty well. So we'll see. today is a pretty sad day for me, honestly. It's probably the last time I will see this. Yep. Going to be selling the Z today. They're gonna come pick it up. I haven't made a video on this yet, but I took a trip to Colorado last week, and on the way back, I ran into some issues. I lost 6th gear in this car. I don't know how, but 6th gear literally just turned into neutral basically. So anytime I'd put it in 6th, the car would just basically go back to neutral, and then I'd go back into 5th gear and then try to go back into 6th, and it was just neutral. So I don't know if it's synchros or I broke like a roll pin going to the shift fork or what was going on. But with that, on top of, I didn't make a video on this either, but my truck actually that I bought so that I didn't have to daily drive this car, the transmission on that is also messing up. That truck is shifting hard, like when it goes up a gear, but it only does it when it gets like, after like a 10-15 minute drive. I'm not 100% sure what it is. One shop said it's a torque converter, another shop said they don't think it is. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that truck out too. But with the Z, when the transmission did that, I didn't really mind. I was just planning on gonna rebuild it or buy one from Z1 Motorsports. The CD00A, I believe is what it's called, has the upgraded synchros. But then when I was driving this car on the way to work the other day, there was a tire, and I couldn't see it. I go to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's pitch black. I couldn't really see anything. A tire was laying in the middle of the road, and I hit it right here. It cracked this, and then fucked up my brand new skid plate that I just now bought. Only bad thing about this is it also messed up. If you know, there's a piece right here that holds the radiator. It's called the radiator core support. It goes up on top and it goes down to the bottom, and that's what that skid plate mounts to. Well, that thing is made out of, it's either carbon fiber or fiberglass. I can't remember what they said it was. But when I hit it, it ripped the bolts completely out of the core support and messed up the whole core support. Like there's kind of like a hole in the core support now. It doesn't affect anything as far as like my radiator or anything like that, anything mechanical, but to get a skid plate to mount correctly again right there, and if you know, on Z's you kind of have to have the skid plate to mount a correct bumper, like to mount an aftermarket bumper, or else it'll just sag and you'll have issues with it coming back and then flexing. So transmission would be at least, it'd be $2 grand for just the transmission. If I did it myself, then I wouldn't have to pay labor, but I would also want to just go ahead and put a new clutch in it while it's out. And then, so that's another like 600, 500-ish for a good clutch. Radiator core support's another $500, $600, depending on if I did it myself, it would be more. And then I would have to buy a new front bumper and then repaint it again. And as if you know, this is the 3rd bumper I've been on in this car, and I've had all of them repainted except this one. This one I bought used. So I'm just kind of sick of buying bumpers and painting them. Like, I've wasted a lot of money doing that. And then I'm kind of worried that this car is going to have some motor or some engine issues here soon. It's running fine, but I guess it's probably just like a superstition just because like everything else is starting to break, like transmission's starting to go, like, you know, just little things. But I don't know, I have this weird feeling that the engine is going to go here soon as well. So I figured while I'm in a decent position to do it, I should just try to see if I can get my money out of it. The way this car sits today, I just now sold it for $6,000, which I didn't think was too bad considering broken transmission, fucked up front bumper, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we are going to try something. I just kind of figured it might be time to try something new. I've been looking at some other car options, maybe, I don't know, like at first I was like 370Z Nismo, that's all I want. But then I kind of started thinking, and maybe it's time to try something new, maybe get like an Evo, or I don't know. I could get a V8 muscle car if I really wanted to, but we'll see what happens. I'm trying to find a 370Z Nismo, like the 2015 and up body style. I really like those cars. I want something that's going to be really reliable for a while, so I want to get something that has lower miles. had this car for almost 3 years. This is the first car I've ever modified this far anyways. Like I've done little things to other cars and exhaust or whatever, but I've never lowered it, put it on wheels, done engine mods, done suspension. I've never pulled out a transmission before. There's just a lot of first things that I did with this car that I've never done before. So this is my first real build, I guess you could say. This car's tuned, it's all that kind of stuff. So it is definitely going to be sad letting it go, but I think it's time to move on to something else. Even if that something else is literally just an HR, because this is the DE. So even if I just go get an HR that has lower miles, I think I'd be in a better position than I am right now. So yeah, we'll see what happens next. I'm gonna try and just kind of chill for like a month, kind of really think about what I want. Try not to jump on any deals, because I know me, I'm probably gonna end up buying something in like a week or two. But I'm gonna try to just chill, get my truck fixed, pay some stuff off, and then just kind of really figure out what I want before I jump on it. But we'll see what happens. Just taking a quick trip to Starbucks. Figured I'd go drive it one last time. I still got to do a couple little things. I'm just gonna pull off the stickers that I have on this car, and I think that's it. I got to clean out a couple more little things, but pretty much as far as everything else goes, it's already all out. I put in the rear interior again. It's not gutted anymore. It's all back to original. I kind of wish I would have pulled these wheels off before I sold it, but I think it's honestly, it helped sell it, or at least as quickly as it did. I only posted this car 2 days ago, and someone's already financed it through another bank and is coming to pick it up today. So as long as the money goes through today, then it'll be theirs. It's really sad to see it go. Just when it was looking good again too. On the other hand, I always really like these cars. The Alpha Quadrifoglio, I believe is what it's called. The Giulia Quadrifoglio. But these things are badass. They have like a little, I think it's a V6. I can't remember if it's inline or V6. I'm pretty sure it's a V6, but Ferrari makes the V6. It's a 2.3 liter, so it's really small, but it's twin turbo. And they sound fucking awesome. Like, I don't know if it's just because Ferrari made it or what, but it sounds fucking awesome. Those cars are pretty badass for how small of an engine. And like, the car's a big car, but honestly it probably weighs less than my Z. I'm pretty sure the chassis are made out of carbon fiber, or at least majority of it. So the cars are very light, so they're actually really, really quick. So it's pretty nice. Last time I hear that, I'll make myself cry over here. Not really, but let me check up on how the loan is going. He's supposed to pick it up today, as long as everything goes through. So as soon as I get the money, then we're good to go. His bank is gonna send my bank money, and then my bank's just gonna deposit straight in my account. So as soon as that happens, then he can come pick up the car. But yeah, it's like a bittersweet moment right now. I'm glad I was able to sell it. Like, I was kind of worried that I was going to get kind of stuck with this car and I'd like have to fix it to get it back to where it was to even sell it. So I'm kind of glad I was able to just sell it as is and just get it out of my name and everything like that. Just move on to something next. As a lot of you have known, I have wanted an HR instead of the DE for a long time, but I just never made that jump. So maybe now's that time, maybe now's the time to change something else. I don't know yet. We're still undecided. Ooh, these wheels are dirty. This thing has not been washed since I took that road trip to Colorado. This thing has drove 900 miles and it has not been washed. Looks pretty good for 900 miles, other than the front wheels. Alright, they just told me they are on their way, so I'm gonna go ahead and start taking off some stickers, getting all the rest of the bits that are personal stuff to me off the car, and then just collect a few things that are inside. I have a few things in like little cubby and in the back in the glove box and stuff like that. I don't have a razor. I don't know what happened to my razor, so I'm hoping these come off smoothly. There we go. I couldn't help but take it for one last drive. I'm gonna go get some lunch. The new owner won't be here for another hour or so, maybe 2 hours, I don't know. So I'm gonna go take it for one last drive. Just go get some lunch real quick, and then that'll be it. I don't know if you could hear in the video, but when I was driving it, the skid plate kept hitting the ground. The skid plate was unbolted from the bumper because of when that happened, and it kept hitting the ground, so I just jacked up the car real quick and pulled off the skid plate. Hopefully he'll be fine driving it like this. He said he doesn't care about the bumper, so we'll see. Alright, so he just texted me, he said they're about to pull up. I'm probably going to put the camera away for a little bit, just, you know, I don't want to have a camera in their face or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and show them the vehicle and everything like that. I probably won't pull the camera back out until they actually drive the car away, so we can just, you know, see it leave one last time, hear it one last time. This is a surreal moment. I've been inside researching on 370s and 350Zs, deciding if I want to go with an HR 350 or the VHR 370 or go with the Nismo 370. Just been debating everything as far as that goes. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera away. I'll pull it back out in a little bit.